Oh, Nichan.
Did you learn Japanese just to piss me off? That's part of the reason.
Gomen nasai.
Also to speak with your new mail order bride.
Frankly, I think
least I
anything
hope.
done out of spite,
Which is
including
weird because she's
learning
Korean.
I'm racist, which is why I bought a person.
Hold
I
on,
never
so-
would have bought it.
That's a
Are you the
slogan.
kind of racist?
That's a slogan. I'm a racist. I bought a person.
Here's my
That's a QAnon slogan.
here's my version of would you rather. Are you the type of racist that wants to buy specifically people of other races or specifically people of your race?
Because
What's your logic? I only want to buy high quality people. I only think you should buy people of other races.
Wouldn't that be such a really weird?
God,
like
what a great Facebook poll.
it's back in slave times, and like one slave owner goes up and goes like, "You got any white slaves?"
Well, you know why the state of
I'd
Oregon
really-
banned slavery, right?
Please tell me.
So there couldn't be any black people in it.
In Oregon, that is, not in slavery.
That was a conversation between two guys, and both parties went, "It'll work." Right?
I mean, there won't be any.
And
A lot of
now,
that, like slowly raising your shoulders. I mean,
It won't not work.
and now the cops are hitting people with sticks there. They do that everywhere.
Like-
It's just bits. We're
like-
back to politics because you didn't like last time.
Like playfully with sticks, or are you talking about the sticks that are made
No.
of compressed wood?
No, not the ones that are in those castle that you see at the beginning of the videos. Hard sticks.
the
And when
ones
they
that break.
say stop, they don't.
When they say stop, they mean it.
Yeah, they're-
stop is actually a go faster word for the real quick, like
the police.
with the recent names you guys.
Fuck
have
the
been
police.
coming
Literally.
straight- coming from the underground.
Have sex with the police coming straight from the
With the
underground.
But like with you guys, with your guys' names on porn searches and all that, because you're saying like you guys
Yeah,
do
yeah,
well
yeah.
when you make porny names. And I like
you
the
didn't
idea-
search my name on a porn site, did you?
Nothing.
I
will
don't see
show
that.
up.
I don't see the look in your eyes that people usually have after they do that.
I mean, listen, was I surprised that you have videos of just you eating cornflakes that are 15 minutes long each time? I mean, I wasn't what I was expecting, but I mean,
Yeah, but they're wet
But
cornflakes.
I just looked up fat ginger and I got the idea.
easy. For me, you gotta
I was
look.
like, oh no, I see.
No, because I'm really not the platonic ideal of fat or ginger.
Okay, Jonah Hill ginger, and I got the
No,
idea.
I'm not fat or ginger enough.
What's weird is I just typed in K and
Well,
it finished
which
it Jonah
Jonah Hill? Because there's skinny Jonah
Not,
Hill.
I'm clearly not skinny Jonah Hill.
Okay, intermediate Jonah Hill eating cornflakes.
I would say I think you could call me Moneyball Jonah Hill. I'm not super bad
Okay.
Jonah Hill.
No,
but
I
I'm
would
certainly
say
not
Wolf
Wolf of Wall Street Jonah Hill.
Is that the worst Jonah Hill? I thought the Wolf of Wall Street Jonah Hill was skinnier than
That's what I'm saying.
Moneyball.
I am not, and I am not
Oh, okay.
Wolf of Wall Street Jonah Hill.
Your teeth are also not that bleached either.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ!
He wore fake
They're
teeth, I think. for that
blue.
movie.
They're blue. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
I
Fucked up the white balance on that movie.
I literally
White
think,
balance uses teeth. We can't.
hey Jonah,
They're
open your fucking mouth.
overexposed.
They're so bright. My shiny teeth in Jonah Hill. That's for all
I
you
like
Timmy
the-
Turner fans out here. This next song.
I just like the idea of like Jonah being on set and like nobody can look at his face without laughing for the first like day. Like he tries to talk and Leo's just like, I can't even
I
fucking look.
can't take it seriously. We need a. This is a grace day. This is what we call a grace day.
You know, Jonah Hill is the actor that has said fuck the most. In
Yeah, I
movies.
know that was in
Isn't that crazy?
History of the
He got it.
History of Swear Words.
Yeah, but he like
The Nick Cage thing, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
he
Nick
crossed
Cage
the
thing.
bar in Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
It was specifically Wolf of Wall Street that did it for him.
Oh yeah,
Because
every
that
line
is the
had
most
fuck.
fuck-heavy movie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. it
Like
was.
literally and figuratively.
I thought literally. There's a lot of prostitutes that get fucked.
Speaking of Wall Street,
Okay.
Oh yes,
Dude, what a transition.
Perfect.
That was all natural. We didn't script that at all.
Yeah,
Tyler, put
throws
this
away
I
in.
paper.
cleverly manipulated you so I could talk about politics.
Nice.
It's my
Anyway, buy GameStop stock. Wait, don't do that. Don't listen to me when I tell you what stock to buy.
fault. Yeah,
But do.
This whole my favorite thing is
it's
I
actually
love
phenomenal.
everyone's talking about something they don't understand and it's actually okay for the first time in a really long time.
I don't understand it. No one understands it, but I'm glad that the people who are sad about it are sad about it.
Oh yeah.
It's good that bad things are happening to them.
This is a bipartisan issue, and that's just phenomenal. I'm glad we agreed on
I
something.
saw a
finally
bunch
found
of
one.
There's posts on the
Finally got
subreddit
one.
Wall Street Bets like I thought I was going to have to put my dog down, but then I made a bunch of money on this and I got my dog surgery. Or my sister needed very expensive medication. We didn't know how to pay for it. I made a bunch of money on GameStop stock and I paid for it.
Amazing.
It's-
And the short on the stock, because it's like $250 now, and they shorted the stock for like $8. So even if it tanks until Friday, it's still like, no.
What I love is everyone's
the damage has been done.
what the best part is everyone's acting like this is so unprecedented. But like what you just described just now, that's kind of how it's supposed to be working.
Oh, that's how the stock market is supposed to work.
No, it's not. This is what's going to make me mad.
No, that's the idea.
No, it's not the idea. The idea of the stock market was never to be a good thing. Like, everybody's like, I want the SEC to do its job and fuck over hedge fund people and not fuck over the average people. No, that's what it's supposed to do. It is supposed. The entire point of this system is so that the people who are at the top stay there. And capitalism is not the freest market possible. It's so the people who have capital are in charge.
It's capitalism. They got to name it.
Oh, I thought it was just because it was a capital C. Fuck, I'm so stupid.
That's why you only spell it with a small c. Out of disrespect. No, that's
pronounced keep it till.
There are a lot of articles in the Wall Street Journal that are like, capitalism's not working how it's supposed to. For some reason, the money's not trickling down and the rich stay rich. Like, that's how it's supposed to work. This is, like, Robinhood not letting you sell your shares.
Is hilarious.
It's hilarious. Also, I've been saying for fucking ever, free markets are self-defeating because once you give all the winners the power to make the rules of the game, they rewrite the rules so they can't lose. So this is not the government doing it, you libertarian child fuckers. This is a private company responding to market forces, making the market unfree, because that's what happens.
We just gotta let him get it out.
So just,
then we can
tucker himself out. We'll give him a blanket.
Get him! Go get him! Go get him!
We'll go get them financially. This is the first time in this podcast we've called for revolution without actually spilling any blood, which is pretty awesome.
Well, this is not. No, the blood that's going to be spilled is the blood of the people who coordinated pumping the GameStop stock. They will
Redditors.
They will be found dead by suicide to bullets in the back of the head.
Possibly, or more likely, they find a way to make it illegal. Because what the law is there to do is, protect the people who make the laws. Like, it's not to do the right thing. And even if the law technically says that this is fine, they'll find a way to fucking fuck with it.
It's all about how, like, okay, so how can we put the game back in our favor? And right now, it's kind of like when, like, a really good team is, like, all of a sudden losing, and they're like, whoa, what happened? What are we doing wrong? Give him steroids. Oh, jeez, that's a close one. It feels like they're waiting for that. Like,
for example.
He's actually good. I hate that, but he's actually
he's good at football.
Who is this?
And also, he made a very wise choice in a life, because if anything happens to him, he's fine.
Who is this? I missed it. What?
Tom Brady. His wife is worth like
right,
4 times more than him. So
he could die 6 years ago, and he still would be happier than most people on the planet. So, I mean,
it's hilarious that his wife could, like, probably talks to him about football like Kylie talks to me about stand-up. She's like, go have your fun.
He's like, thanks. Then he runs to get another fucking championship.
Championships mean nothing in that household
at that
anymore.
Stage?
I was hoping that Tom Brady would suck at football on the Buccaneers. Like, turns out the Patriots are just good, but he's good.
Right. Don't you hate it when you're proven wrong? You're like, damn.
Well, I should be happier about that, because I constantly get in arguments where I'm like, no, you're talking about how I'm a bad person right now. And yes, I'm also right. And can we focus on that?
I can be a bad person and still be right. That's a fact.
It's like, the fact that you're a bad person, though, kind of overshadows you being right.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but it does.
Well, I don't think it shouldn't, because
it's the
I think
community
that,
episode. Could you put the mustard back on your face? Because I'm really understanding your point more when you have mustard on your face. Community?
Oh God, yeah.
The Meow Beans
I thought you were. I thought you were actually referring to something that happened in this podcast. Like the last episode, there was just mustard all over his face, and you were like, "I'm not telling him."
Just gritting my teeth.
I'm used to viscous liquids on my face.
Nice.
Way to slip in viscous into your daily usage.
We have a guest on the podcast today.
Hey, it's Tyler.
Not a disembodied voice.
Yeah, right. I'm their conscience, and I'm overworked.
I would like to remind you of your time on other podcasts. Could you move the mic close to your face?
What? Would you like to hear it? Because I just moved it only 1 inch to my face.
Please
so was this different from here?
Do you see
different?
Do you see where our mics are?
I'm just fucking with you, dude.
They're the same distance. That's why I'm like, what are you?
Yours just go up.
Yeah, it just needs to go up.
Like that?
No, slightly back. I can just turn it up. Like,
it
was a joke because I was literally reaching to it, and I'm like, I could just turn it up.
But from my perspective,
now we're
it looks
talking
like,
about it.
Yeah, like that's my perspective is like, could you do the thing that you're doing it already? But could you do it though? And I'm like, what?
I hate you.
I hate you all.
Tyler has a phobia of getting asked about microphones in his face.
But yeah, because I'm always like
God,
told
I
by
fucking-
people who like know it's actually supposed to be 1/4 inch to the left for optimal view. It's okay. I went to school for it.
supposed
It's
to
like
be-
I don't care.
Yeah, no, okay, yes. You just hang out with a lot of people who went to technical school instead of creativity school.
Yeah. Well, I mean, here's the thing. At the end of the day, like I was like, whether or not you're right or not, whether I'm going to care is pretty always up to debate. I mean, like I said, like because anytime they move
I
it,
would
it's always
rather
like
kill a whole man.
it's always like
If
this.
you
Tyler,
want us
move
to
it.
make your scripts good, you have to listen to us when we say to lick the microphone.
All right. Well, hey, lick.
No,
Like,
you're good there.
Can I slather? Or-
Get your mouth
Dude,
around it.
Spit on the microphone.
or that-
Grapefruit the microphone.
Grapefruit
I
blowjob.
what's scary is I don't know exactly what that means.
But
I'm
it's
still
blowjob?
terrified.
But-
But I know.
You don't know grapefruit? Grapefruit blowjob?
Have you did the
Put your
video?
dick in
of
a
it?
grapefruit? I assume.
No,
I
it's
don't know.
she gives a blowjob, but there's also a grapefruit on your dick.
It's a tangy. It's like a.
Sorry, I'm
Sour
contemplating.
Patch
Sorry,
Kid.
guys, I'm contemplating this for the first time because I've just been introduced.
I'm sorry. This is a very popular video on the internet.
Yes.
You need to understand, like
It's like a Sour
I've-
Patch Kid, but in the form of a blowjob. Sweet and sour.
Sorry, I'm too
I'm just,
busy.
picturing, I'm just picturing the salt granules just scraping my dick. Just with the sugar.
They don't.
The sugar.
I know, but they don't sugar the grapefruit before they do.
No,
it.
I'm talking about the Sour
Oh,
Patch.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
if someone put like 6 Sour Patches in their mouth and just went to town on you.
Hey, listen,
that's the
guys.
thing now.
Do not fuck a big soft pretzel. All right. I know it seems warm and soft, but the salt crystals will cut up your dick.
But before we move all I know is like I'm just picturing, you know, like a pool cue.
Yeah.
That's like when you do it.
That's how you grapefruit it.
We talked about
That's how
that
you
last
Sour
goddamn
Patch.
time.
No.
That's how you Sour Patch.
Oh, nice.
That's what I was talking
So
about.
the grapefruit, you kind of bisect a grapefruit to get like, you know, like you could just get the middle section, cut the top and the bottom off, and then you put the.
So you've
grapefruit in the
essentially got
middle.
a ring of spongy flesh,
So it's
Yeah.
kind of like a dick kebab,
which
but
is
with
what
like a
a freak would
grapefruit.
describe a vagina
Your
as,
dick
which
is
is why it's a
the
good thing to
wood.
put on your penis.
Fun weird side note, I have a weird fear of kebabs. I don't like food on sticks that can kill me. It just freaks me out inherently.
They do make me nervous.
I've been invited twice, and that has been my answer both times, and it has always confused them
No
greatly.
to the kebab.
I just like, you want to go to a kebab place? And I'm like, no. And like, usually I can just say no, and people will be like, ah, right, a pandemic, right. But this person went, why? And I was like, I don't like meat on
Kebabs.
sharp. I don't like sewing needles with food on them. I'm good. I'm okay.
I don't like knitting needles with food on them.
I'm sorry to
They
cost
are
you
more
guys
like
your
needles.
kebab crowd, but I'm probably going to do that.
It's okay. We lost our entire crowd for the last 2 episodes. We went from 900 views to like 20. I don't know what
Speaking of
happened.
that, something
Man,
I-
are they all British? Am I offended all of them?
yeah, they're all British people that were like, I can't do this anymore. It's too
No,
vulgar.
they wouldn't have sounded like that. They would have been like, "Oh, Bruffy's buddy making fun of me. I don't have to listen to this
That
shite."
is so ungodly loud.
I'm going to take my fucked up teeth and get
you
on
think
here.
a British person's smart enough to modulate his own voice, mate?
You did move away from the microphone that time, so it's
I love being a dumb person shouting big words like modulated.
or mate.
Oi, mate, bloody modulate.
But like, speaking of like your
Boy,
guys'
this
last
could
couple
be like
episodes, because you've been doing porn names, because like, you know, like most search thing is porn.
Yeah, I think YouTube caught on.
I just picture a guy who's actually only looking up fucked up shit and then like finds your podcast and goes like, what are these assholes doing? I want to find real fucked up shit and these guys are talking about stuff? Forget it.
No, those are the people I want.
That same exact guy, Buffalo Bill, skinning a person, but he like I need to watch porn.
He
while
is now
skin a
the big
person
fan
'cause
of
he's
your
a weirdo.
podcast? 'Cause
Yeah,
that's what he skins
so
people
he's
to
like
now?
skinning people, and he's like, I usually watch porn when I skin people, but these guys are pretty good.
And the
No, I
person,
mean,
the person being skin's like, great! Like, what the piece of shit?
I mean, you're probably like you're doing laundry or grinding in a video game or like shoveling your driveway or something. Listening to this, another chore you could do while listening to this: skinning a person.
Just
I'm not saying you
endorse.
should,
I
but
mean-
if you are skinning a person, listen to us while you do it.
do your fun fact, they did not get Buffalo Bill for tax fraud, meaning that at some point he had a person in his basement and he was doing his taxes. There's a good chance he was listening to a podcast.
I also really like the idea of some guy being really guilty, like he's skinning someone. He's like, oh, I'm not even listening to It's Just Bits. What a waste.
Yeah, that's how you should feel. Any menial
This is
task
why I
you
don't
do,
skin
you have
on
to be listening to it.
location. Murderers call the scene of the crime on
On
location.
location.
Do they
Craft services. Craft services is the person they're killing.
You think the serial killers that really plan it out?
You don't even want to know what code for I gotta go to the bathroom is.
The serial killers
When
that really
they take
plan it
five,
out.
they take 5 of his fingers.
When they
they
plan it out on the doll, they don't kiss the doll, and they say, "We'll kiss on the day."
And when they're going on their half, they say, I'm taking half of your penis. Where's the chisel?
Oh
We
god,
all
there's
got so
more.
quiet.
There's more.
He stabs him, and he's like, "Can I take it again? Reset. Can you get back in the car and then start running?"
You're murdering a guy, giving him like a long soliloquy.
No, you're not supposed to get away. Oh no.
You're murdering a guy and you flub your line. Can we start again? He's like bleeding out. Can we?
Did somebody knock on the door? No.
It was the guy trying to get out. It's fine.
Yeah, no, that was not a knock on the door from the outside. It was from the inner door.
The old noggin. Stand
Hang
there,
on.
demons.
I've got more of these.
Every noise you make is less food.
They feed on my inner demons.
I got more of these. Damn it.
Well, what?
I'm so. I guess it'd be like a snuff film, camera rolling. It's not camera rolling when it's murder.
When they die, technically the camera's off. Wink.
Oh, just him sitting at a bar, like saddled up next to a girl. Technically, if you don't murder him on screen, it's not a snuff film.
It's an
just being pretentious.
It's just an implicative death. Which who's to say?
YouTube doesn't take that down.
I
They call him the
3.
YouTube killer.
He's like literally insane. So he goes, "Can you hear the music right now, or is that non-diegetic sound that I'm? Is it diegetic? Can you hear it, or is it just me in my
Where's
head?"
the script supervisor? I gotta know, is the sound gonna be playing day of? Because then I'll rehearse with the sound on. But if it's not gonna be playing, then I just gotta...
Did we catch the Craigslist killer, or is he just out there switching between forms? He's also the YouTube murderer.
I think my theory on the Craigslist killer, which is a guy who posted a bunch of ads on Craigslist and then killed the people when they met him, it was more than one.
Yeah,
I was gonna say,
they
is
just
that one
found
guy,
one
or is it
trend
just-
that is
it
popular
was
across
everybody.
the board. Yeah.
He's the most prolific serial killer
It was
in the United States. And there's one cop that's like, I don't think one guy killed 60 people in a
He's
week.
killed
I think
400,000 people, sometimes within minutes of each other, thousands
different
of miles
Damn,
away.
McCluskey, you gotta catch this guy. Chief, I think it's different guys.
In one murder,
Every time they catch a guy, they let the other guy go. They're like, well, it wasn't him.
he gets arrested. Don't
We
worry,
had
he'll be out
him
in 6 months.
rocked. His fingerprints were on the knife that was in the woman's back. But hey, he had an alibi for this guy, and we know they were killed by the same person.
Hey, listen, he was 6'2" and 300 pounds in Minnesota, and all of a sudden he's fucking 4'2" and 90 pounds soaking wet in Arizona. I don't fucking.
All right, okay, Chief, you understand now.
Master of disguise.
Yeah, no,
might be
Chief,
the-
okay, you understand it's different people. No, he's a master of disguise.
He has multiple personality disorder. Even he doesn't know. It's like
It's Dana Carvey.
I recently just watched Split. Have you seen Split? I think it's the Split guy.
you can skip Unbreakable, but you know
You
Someone was
can't-
talking about
you
Split
cannot
recently.
skip Unbreakable. Phenomenal film.
it's phenomenal. You could skip it though.
What does that train movie have to do with the thing that happened? It's not even funny enough to finish.
Bruce Willis
Trains,
can't
planes, and
die.
automobile, but it's Bruce Willis from
It was
Unbreakable.
Unstoppable, but
Wait,
Speed.
Unstoppable is a train movie.
And
I was
Unbreakable has
and
a
I was
gigantic
pretending-
train scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
It does, yeah. That's
Yeah.
what Bruce
It
Willis gets in a
opens on
train
a
crash.
train.
Yeah.
really?
Bruce
Yeah.
Willis can't die because he's invincible. I'm doing air quotes for effect. And,
I mean, but he
only if he
also
believes
can't
he's
die and
invincible.
is invincible.
Only if he believes he's invincible.
Does he operate by Splice Guy rules?
Yeah, it's the same. Not Split guy. It's Split, right?
See, I was
it's the same
I
universe.
do that every time.
It's no.
Splice is a movie about Adrian Brody fucking an alien that he raised.
Yeah, that is
Yes, it
exact.
is.
That is a very succinct way to describe what that
That
fucking
is
movie
the
is.
best way I've ever heard that movie described. And I can
And what's weird enough is Adrian Brody doesn't play anybody. He's just himself.
Which is probably why the alien went on to murder a bunch of people.
That's-
She's pretty confused about people's relationships.
The movie-
And
He's just
honestly,
called
if I
Daddy
were the
Issues.
lady at the end of that movie, I would have gotten an abortion. I would
me.
not have the Splice baby.
You said abortion. My brain just went move to trash, and that's just like because she's
Nice.
she's technological. I don't know, but
We went down a rabbit hole. Where did we start? Oh, train movies.
Unbreakable.
Train
yeah.
Simulator 3, which is, I assume, the game you play.
Train simulator, bitch, motherfucker, what you know?
Yeah, I'm friends with Biden
Is that the
online.
opening song? What?
I'm friends with Biden online because he likes trains.
He does like trains. The only
He
good
likes
thing
trains?
about him.
Yeah, it's.
I didn't know he likes trains.
I think it's like he's one of the like.
Well, that means he's a good person.
Nah, when it,
He, sure, he can be a good person.
All I know is that I don't think
Makes it
good
better.
person when you say they like trains. I just think that this person likes trains. So this person is probably like really cool with basements and not talking to a lot of people. But when he does talk to people, he only wants to talk about trains.
Connor, let's test your good people like trains
Oh,
theory.
no. No, it's not.
What's the biggest
don't-
railway
You're
in
like,
Poland?
It's not good.
What's the biggest railway in
No
Poland?
idea. Auschwitz.
Where do you think?
That's all I got.
It might not be. It's probably not anymore.
Wouldn't it be fucked if we Googled it and goes like, it's apparently still wow.
Guys,
Tourist trap.
When was the last time we checked in on Germany?
No, you know
I
what would
haven't
be.
heard
Looks
anything.
outside. There's like just war, and we're like, ah.
God, this is why you check in. You do health and wellness calls to Germany every year. Once a year, around.
You gotta send Meals on Wheels to those guys.
Around December 1942. Since then, every year the United Nations gives them a call.
You know, look, Dad,
hey,
pot-
bud, we're thinking of you.
A look, Dad,
Imagine
pot doesn't
you're on
boil. A look, Dad, Germany doesn't war. So keep an eye on it.
Imagine you're on a.
World War One. They were aggressive, but they were fine. World War II.
Also, we weren't the good guys either in World War.
Connor, I want you to say, well, World War II. Let's just say they went a little far.
Not a fan. You gotta stop the Nazis. Imagine you're on like a tour to Auschwitz, and like the tour guide gets on and goes, "Bing." Fun fact: you are on the same railway.
It's a Southwest Airlines guy.
You are on the same railway that the prisoners were transported to Auschwitz, and people like start looking around. Like, are you gonna?
Can we just talk about the guy?
Please remain in your seats.
This is a
Hans.
14-hour train ride. Oh no,
Hans, we gotta talk. You gotta stop saying fun fact when you're doing
The Auschwitz tour guide that's too cheery.
he just says,
yeah, like you gotta
where Anne
like
Frank
listen. I'm not trying to say like, you shouldn't be cheery. You're a lovely guy, but just read The Room or The Job.
So you know how tour guides will have like do that fun crazy like
If you look
hey,
to your
welcome
hand.
to Machu Picchu. If you ever want to take a picture, it's okay. Machu Picchu means mucho picture. Like that guy, but he's like, all right, welcome to Auschwitz.
oh yeah. So he's like, how tall are you, little Johnny? You're 4 feet tall. Now, if you stacked Johnny on top
Oh my god!
10,000 times, that wouldn't even come close to the ash pile created by these ovens. Fun fact.
One of the dads coughs. He goes, he's like, "Oh, say son, does your dad have a cough fit? Oh, does he have asthma? He wouldn't be a worker. Then what would he be?"
Dead.
Dead.
You see
Oh, look
back-
at that! I see in the back there 2 twins. Do you know what would have happened to you guys if you were?
Hey, Mr. Blonde-Eyed.
Now, is anybody here Jewish? Raise your hands.
Oh, gotcha. Just kidding.
Now remember,
You
don't
go on
do
a different-
that's not a great idea.
You go on a different tour for the rest of this.
You
tour.
want to learn the Lord's Prayer.
You with the blue eyes
Just
and blonde
know
hair,
it.
come to the front. You should be in the front. You should be leading.
And you'll be leading the rest of this tour. I'm sure you know. Just a guy with blonde hair, blue eyes, and combat boots. Just like, I'm sure you know more about Auschwitz than I do, so we're going to have our fun friend.
He introduces an actual SS Nazi.
No, just like a new one. One of the new Nazis with like
A neo-Nazi.
yeah, neo-Nazi. He's
Imagine
like, I
you're-
actually do know a lot about this. You are correct. I big fan of this place.
Oh, so it's a guy that's too excited to be a tour guide at Auschwitz or at the Reichstag.
Oh
or
no,
something
but he
like
picks out a guy
No,
in the
I'm saying-
crowd who's a Nazi.
He's in the group, like, who, me?
No.
As he's dressed like a
He's like, oh my god, this is
It's
the best
happening.
day of
It's
my
happening.
life."
It's happening.
that. No, but so that guy is applying to be a tour guide.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, all right, so how much do you know about what actually took place at Auschwitz? I know a lot
Everything.
about it. I have. Do
Some
you
would
guys
say
do
too
that?
much.
Do you guys do that thing like they do in Pioneer Times, where you wear the uniform and you pretend that you don't know it's now? Because I'd be super into. I've got the uniform.
You don't have to worry about me breaking character, because I fucking won't.
I've got the uniform. Oh, well, we do really specific uniforms. No, I have the right one.
Like mine, you can go as far to say
There's
mine
a few
authentic.
different types. I have it.
Authentic.
Okay, so
It was my grandfather's.
I need to complain to you about the guy that was giving the tour. He wouldn't break character. They're told not to break character. I know people like to get them to break character. Yeah, my wife's dead. So
Yeah, my wife, yeah, she just came in and she
and if you're
mentioned-
wondering what kind of building we got married in, it wasn't a church. I'd like my money back.
I was trying to find a synagogue
It
joke,
rhymes.
but I couldn't.
It rhymes with Empel.
Yeah. Binagog.
We're brewing.
Insert Temple of Doom joke. I don't know.
Nice.
You're on a slave ship and they're giving a tour. Like, all right, so just to illustrate how tightly they were packed, can you two? You know what? Can you two actually? It'll be a little bit less awkward.
You go into like the Remembrance 9/11 museum, and there's just like a part that's just like a plane that's built into the room to simulate. And you're like, if you could sit in a chair and actually call your loved ones to say goodbye.
Oh no, it's a perfect picture opportunity. It's a plane halfway through a building window, and there's a chair, an office chair,
And you can just
so
be
you
like,
can take
Home Alone
pictures
face.
with Home Alone face, or just on a phone, and you just turn and look. They're like, we also, if for $5, we'll edit in the Curve Your Enthusiasm theme song.
Imagine being the guy at the kiosk. All right, what are you? 4630. Here you are, and it's just it's like when you get off a roller coaster, it takes your picture. Oh my god. What other tragedies?
That's exactly what I'm thinking. It's exactly what I'm thinking.
Challenger.
Who else did bad shit? in
That's a
history?
hard one to do. I guess it's got to be parachuting. Tour guide while parachuting. Now.
The Challenger experience is they just kick you out of a fucking plane.
Yeah, no, the Challenger experience is they just like tie
Well,
you.
you also have to be burned.
And they're
slightly.
playing like Ride, Sally, Ride. And
there
then
was a line
dies.
just because we brought up the Challenger from the new show with Ted Danson, Mr. Mayor,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like when one of the joke is the person has responses for the most obscure questions immediately, and he's like the reason I know her biggest regret was she accidentally clapped when the Challenger exploded. She's like, I thought that was what was supposed to.
That's a great line.
And it's delivered by the person that voices Elastigirl from The Incredibles, so it's just that raspy like I thought I was.
I thought it was supposed to
good.
happen.
And then you want to have sex with your voice.
Oh my
It's a
God.
slippery slope.
And her gigantic ass in Incredibles, as the internet has
Pixar.
made
Let's
clear.
give every mom a dump ass, dump truck,
A dump ass truck.
dump ass truck.
She could make her ass whatever size she wanted.
And she chose.
That is my fan theory, is that she did not originally have that ass.
Oh, no.
But then Bob was like,
Hey,
can you?
Elastigirl woke
Oh,
up
there
every
was a-
day and chose thick.
There was a conversation they had where she's like, I can't leave the house like this. This is ridiculous. He's like, all right, just scale it back when you're around people, I guess.
I mean,
But when you're with me, Papa wants,
just go nuts. Which they could have made that canon in Pixar if they just never consistently gave her the same size ass.
yeah, like every like different scene. No, not even movie. Every different scene.
yeah,
It's just like she's at
whole
the
ass.
grocery store, flat as day old beer.
and that is, by the way, why Mr. Incredible can have sex with her without killing her, like Superman would kill Lois Lane.
Because she just takes damage.
Right, her pelvis does not powder; it stretches.
Yeah, right.
Imagine the sick shit they could do together. She made a sex swing out of her own body, and then I had sex with her.
Right?
That like is when it like veers into like Cronenberg like sex. Like,
Cronenberg?
that's the right. Is that right? The term the monsters that are like mutilated body
Yeah,
horror.
like all
Cronenberg.
fucked up.
Is
Yeah,
it
like
Cronenberg?
The Thing.
What did I say?
The Thing.
Yeah,
You said
okay.
Cronenberg.
Oh, I did. Okay, I was like, what
you're
did I say? It's a weird word.
I don't know. You just said Cronenberg sex, and I blacked out for a second.
Which is what happens during.
Yeah, they could
I'm
do
sure.
the limit of their sex. There is no cap to what they could sexually do. There is no glass ceiling for that female.
Imagine that realization for Dash, realizing like just waking up, it's like my mom's maybe not a freak, but does she have the capabilities to be the world's biggest freak? Yeah.
Imagine once Dash has grown up, and there's just a woman unhappy in bed next to him, and he's like, "You've seen me on TV.
You've seen my name, right?
What did you think was gonna happen?"
Amazing.
And Violet dies while invisible, so they just look for her.
Yeah, no,
forever.
I'm sure
forever.
there's some friction burns in there. It's what happens.
Come on.
Yeah, but when there's smoke, you should slow down. We're not in the Eagle Scouts making a fire. So.
I had almost finished. If there's smoke, she's dead. Just so we're clear, she has died.
Not if she's into it. I don't know. Like, I'm actually into superhero rug burn.
Penis space right there.
Superhero Rugburn would be a good band name.
Ooh, that is good.
Hey, where'd you guys come up with your name?
Well,
Dash from The Incredibles. If he were over 18,
take a seat.
he would fuck, and then he would give Rugburn with his penis.
So that's where you
Also,
came up
he-
with super. That's where we came up with super.
He doesn't have to be over 18. We just prefer if he does.
No, Connor. We
in
know he's
the
over.
hypothetical that I'm going to draw,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the ones that are maybe or may or may not already be on DeviantArt. Are,
Oh, no. He's not
there's
18 in those.
yeah.
Just so we're clear.
They'll just do the thing like, I have reimagined Dash as 18, and then I drew him like he was in the movie.
and then they draw like him younger looking
I
almost.
drew him even younger.
This is just a
But
baby
I
that says
said-
Dash over it. Yeah. It's like, oh no.
Kellen would love that.
What?
Fucking freak.
Well, what I
You
can't tell if
mentioned
it's
the
an
word
actual.
Baby Dash.
Oh, I do. Yeah. No, I don't want to fuck a baby. I want to do a baby voice. All right, let's be clear. Who do you
And
think
then
I am?
get
Dan
fucked
Harmon?
by mommy.
Tremendous. Nice Dan
Not
Harmon.
necessarily.
We do have a lot of Dan Harmon digs on the show for a guy whose TV I really like.
Yeah, right.
Big fan.
I'm not mad that he fucked a baby. I'm just saying that that's not my thing. It's okay that I'm not going to kink shame Dan Harmon for doing that because it got him horny.
Is it kink shaming if he doesn't actually go home every day going another day successfully hiding the fact that I'm not being funny and this is actually shit I'm into? Because I don't think that's the case. I would hope the fuck not, but you know. Like,
Hey, we got Louis C.K. Nobody expected it. But I assume he's the exception that proved the rule. But that's just...
Dan Harmon is the only person who's ever done an apology for sexual harassment that was like publicly accepted.
That,
So I think he's actually pretty okay.
also, that wasn't sexual harassment. He didn't sexually harass
Well, I guess it wasn't
He
sexual
made a
harassment.
bad joke.
well, my
At the
thing
end
is
of the
the
day-
baby
No,
joke.
no,
thing.
this is
worst
not.
joke
This
that
is a different thing.
Oh, it's a different thing?
Yeah, there was a
Oh.
writer that he would like flirt with inappropriately, like as a boss,
Oh.
and then but then he did an actual apology and was like, "That was bad of me."
I
And
remember, I
remember
remember
exactly
what I
I
look
said.
like, and I realized I have no business hitting on my writers at
If
all.
you see her you see her name come up
if-
in Community, Megan Gans.
Nice. If the fans of Rick and Morty were just a little bit better, none of this would have happened.
Oh, it's a very toxic fan base.
He would
like
have never
Christianity.
gotten canceled. He would have never gotten. You would still have Rick and Morty.
He's not that bad, and he did apologize.
Because here's the difference between him and Louis C.K., as I've said before, is like
Louis C.K. masturbated.
Louis C.K. did a crime.
Yeah.
It's technically
That's a crime.
It's not a crime to make a really horrible, fucked up joke about something you're not actually doing.
No, that Louis C.K. committed a crime.
So that's one of the main reasons why
There's no,
apples
there's
and
no
oranges
ifs, ands, or
never
buts
go
about it. What he did.
One of the bad
was
types
a
of
sex
crimes,
crime.
to be clear.
What Dan Harmon did.
All the
was a
sex
bad
crimes
thing.
are bad.
was just not funny.
Yeah, the
only crime is
No,
that it
they're
wasn't
good
funny.
sex crimes. Now imagine.
All right, next round of bets. Let's go.
Okay, here's the scenario: both of your parents have a gun to their head, and you have
They're
to
holding
fuck-
it there themselves.
You have to fuck one of them so that everybody lives. Otherwise, everybody
That's not a sex
dies.
crime. It's just weird. It's just gross.
But
It's just gross.
Both of them just keep saying, "Let us die. Don't do this. Let us die."
I'm gonna go with that option.
Yeah, I would let them die.
But
I'd give them.
if you were to fuck one of your parents, then you would be doing a good thing because the
world would not see that.
They only got sexually assaulted. They did not die. Good sex crime.
I hate how many.
I said I
Ironclad.
disagree.
Yeah, I'm gonna go on the disagree.
This is the
train.
trolley problem that's very easy to solve.
I would have died as well, but I'm saying just based on hierarchy of crime, sex crime is bad.
hierarchy of crime.
Dead people is worse.
I just love the
3
indication-
dead people is worse.
It depends.
1 sex crime or 3 dead people. That's what you have to choose between.
I'm saying 3 dead people. As one of the dead people. 3 dead people on that one. Because life doesn't go on after that.
Yeah,
There is a couple months of deep spiritual anguish and then suicide. Okay?
yeah, you're not
the
looking
dead
at your
people's
family
happening in
ever
this
again.
fucking scenario.
Or you just don't talk to your parents again. Your call.
No, I don't think that's.
Yeah, I don't think that's
you're
gonna do- that's
do
not
it.
gonna
You're
cut it,
fine.
Connor.
The only one with hot parents. I get it.
No, my parents are famously hot.
Thank you. Oh yeah, they are. Both of his parents are really hot. They're swingers too, but they're hot.
No, they're not.
They just have 4 different groups of couple friends who are swingers. Yeah, that's all.
This is
I hate how I got to witness the realization here.
Oh no.
Like Connor just did the checkmate point.
Well, they don't have any flamingos in their yard, so we're still good.
that is the thing.
Yeah.
I remember. That's a
They don't
Downers
have
Grove
that.
thing, specifically, apparently.
They don't have that.
if you have pink flamingos, you're down to
assume
swing.
If
Yeah.
you're the king,
What if
of
you
the
just
swing-
have a pink flamingo? What if you thought it was cute to have
Then
a
there's
pink flamingo?
misunderstandings.
Your parents are hot enough to be the king of the swingers who no longer need the mark because they're so well renowned. But
Thank
that
you.
is
Can
a
we
stretch.
talk about
I will
how?
admit that.
Can we talk about how I'm wasting those genes?
Well, I can't wait for you to have a kid that's just stone cold fox. And you're like, what the fuck?
Skipped a
is-"
generation.
I
Bogus.
could be so fucking hot if I tried,
But here we are.
but I've chosen to be funny.
It's not one or the other. Kamel Nanjiani proved that. Also, Andrew
Well-
Santino.
I haven't heard a good joke out of him since he got jacked.
Touche. Maybe when you're emotionally healthy, you're not funny.
I
don't know about
you don't
that,
Need, you don't
but-
need to be constantly flexing your
but if
humor
you're-
to stay alive. That's
yeah,
really
that's
what
what.
it is.
Not exactly that, but if you're hot, there's less pressure to be funny. Like,
There's no pressure to be funny.
Matthew
That's why a lot
McConaughey
of really
rule.
hot people
Or
are
no.
very not funny.
Marky Mark rule. Because
What?
in Boogie Nights, he wasn't that hot, but he was hilarious
And a huge penis.
all right.
and a huge penis. But as he grew up, he's just does action movies now because he's grown into just being hot.
Okay, I think he wasn't a good actor in Boogie Nights. He
No,
was
he
well
was funny.
directed.
He was funny. He had some fucking hilarious
Not-
lines in it.
he didn't
How much
know.
he bent, bro.
He didn't know.
That is a good point. He had no
Yeah,
idea.
intent is so important with comedy. A lot of people are funny on purpose, and some people are funny when they're on accident. When they
Like,
are on accident.
John C.
Yeah.
Riley, excellent
Hilarious.
job playing a dumb guy next to an actual dumb guy and making the rapport work and be funny. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
good.
that's good.
And Paul Thomas Anderson did a good job at like directing.
Matthew McConaughey was like, yeah, how much do you bench is a perfectly normal way to start a conversation.
Right, yeah.
Like that's another thing I always feel like. You ever
Did
see
he
a
get
That's not
short-
Matthew McConaughey, but
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Matthew
Matthew Broderick, sorry.
Matthew Broderick. He. I remember, like, I've seen Ferris Bueller too. He just looks like the biggest thing about Ferris Bueller is he looks exactly like the dude that gets his shit kicked in high school.
Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, in Ferris, he didn't look like the cool kid.
But he was. But that sweater.
Yeah, but when the sweater's doing a lot of the work, are you really a cool kid?
No, he read the generation of kids who think it's just cool to just skip school and be a loner, which is cool.
Like I
by
said,
the way.
like I said,
but you don't
not
get
aesthetically.
Hey
public
kids,
praise.
nailing
if you're in school, get the fuck out of there, man. Don't listen to your parents.
Things that make you feel stupid are stupid, man.
No, my mom was like, well, yeah, you have a cool concert coming up. Don't go to school the next day. You're going to bed at 2 a.m.
Did you go to a Montessori school?
Till like 4th grade.
Okay.
And
And before
then
that, they were just kind of like, here's a book, maybe read it, and I'll see you in 4 hours.
Yeah, Montessori was
after
great.
his family was ruined by the Depression.
No, Montessori schools are amazing for a number of reasons. And then when
Yeah,
I went,
thank you for being on my fucking
compared
side
to public schools, I went to public schools in 5th grade, and I was like, oh, I've learned all of this, and did not do anything until freshman year of high school. I literally just rode the knowledge that I had in 4th grade. And I was like, I wish I had stayed till high school.
I don't know, I guess Montessori schools are better. Anything's
Anything's better than
private school
public.
for kids. It makes me like, all right.
Private Catholic schools are public school that is more expensive.
Yes.
No, I'm trying. No, any kind of private
Montessori
preschool,
is
any kind of
non-religious,
private
and
preschool.
that's why they're good.
I'm like, fuck off.
Oh no, it
Like
does
it may be
wonders.
good, maybe good education for the kid, but I don't want to
want a
talk
pretentious
to him. I don't want to talk to him.
Like, you're talking about Montessori people?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. The thing about Montessori that always kind of, like, gets me is, like, when you're a kid, you're so chaotic and and everyone learns differently. So, like, but they have, like, virtually no guidelines and rules. So
Exactly.
if you're an undisciplined kid, you don't go to school until you're in 5th grade.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that's
if you
fucking
can-
bad.
if you're an undisciplined kid, you can skate by. But most kids are just
not
naturally
skate by,
curious.
not skate by. Not
nothing.
grow or develop in any way, shape, or form
Yeah, that's
intellectually.
skating by in Montessori.
Lewis
but kids are
University is
naturally
basically a
curious.
fucking Lewis
yeah,
is a Montessori
absolutely.
school.
That's why I liked it.
Right. That's why we did good, because we wanted to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
But they didn't make anyone do anything. So
Not if you didn't want
If I went to Montessori school, I probably would have like used that thing they do to chop paper to accidentally kill myself. Because like I was like, oh, what's this? And I would have died because no one was watching me.
Oh, there's people watching you very loosely. Well, the
you might as well not
schools
be.
are predicated on the idea that kids are naturally curious. So if somebody's over here like, this is science, then kids are going to go like, tell me more. But public schools are based on the idea of teaching people who are younger than 10 to sit still, which, what the fuck, how's that even possible?
Montessori's better than how we do it, yeah.
Public
I'd say-
schools are public. I mean, here's the thing: public schools will always be relatively trash because at the end of the day, all educational systems currently have their own flaws, and it all depends on how each kid just goes about learning.
Yeah.
There's some
And
great
public
public
school
school
is-
teachers that
there's
really.
one way.
Yeah. In Montessori, I always feel like it was so like structureless, where like you could just if you had something to do, you'd learn, but if you didn't, oh well, the system failed you. If I went to Montessori school, I would have literally been a like blind, deaf, and mute child because I wouldn't have done anything. I would have had no motivator, no anything, and like structure was what made me do things when I was growing
Which is why all children should be educated specifically to them on the grass, like Easy Rider before it got bad.
Easy Rider the movie?
Yeah. They go to a commune in Easy Rider, and I think they're like teaching children on the grass how to weave sticks into plants or whatever hippies do. And then
You mean cross germination? That's pretty advanced for hippies.
they're singing it into being like elves.
Also,
later it gets bad.
think
It's
about-
like Brokeback Mountain.
in public and private school, the thing that sucks is also like there's so many teachers that are just not teachers. They're like, I worked in this field for 15 years. You want a job? I've never taught children in my life. What do you want a job? Is my I was taught by I had a chemistry teacher that was just a chemist for 25 years until he and guess what he can't fucking do? Teach
chemistry.
anything.
No,
There's so many teachers that
aren't good at
hate-
teaching. Oh,
that hate being
children.
teachers, right?
Dude, high school was wild. People had real beefs with me. I'm fucking 14. You're 45. You legitimately hate me. How is this
Like,
happening?
And it was like, I know I'm an asshole. I'm 14.
I'm gonna be an asshole for a minute.
You gotta be better than me.
I was an asshole till I was 21, and I'm still kind of an asshole now.
I'm like
but
a
I'm
butt cheek
better
at this point.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with that, like, okay.
It's just wild.
like there's really good teachers that can actually like make you go who actually take the time and shit, but also I kind of feel like we just need to like raise the bar on like who can become teachers, because we've all had that one friend that is like the dumbest person you know, and then they're like, yeah, I'm going into education, and your eyes just go, what? And then they somehow get it done, and you're like, what? And then you realize, oh, that's how the bad teachers I've had in my life got their careers.
I was gonna be a teacher, and had I not been like, this seems hard, then I would be that guy now. I would be like a history teacher that's like, well, I'd be indoctrinating the kids now, but for the first 5 years.
Communism.
I had a math
I'd be like,
teacher.
well, this says that Stalin did bad stuff, but he actually didn't do any of that.
Dude, I had a math teacher look me in the eye, and because I went to a private school, he literally was just like, you could fail.
Is it fucking
And I'd
Scooby-Doo?
still have a job tomorrow. All of you could
Dude,
fail,
seriously.
and I'd still have a job tomorrow. So
No,
if
you
you guys want
wouldn't.
to
No,
pass,
you wouldn't.
come to me. No.
Oh, in a private school with tenure,
100%, yeah. Well, not even with tenure.
No,
not
teachers
even
who do
without
that
tenure,
are
dude.
such freaks.
What happened?
Teachers doing it is such free. Well, that if you want to pass, come to me. You don't want to be here. You clearly don't want to be here. What are you doing?
Well, he didn't have that energy. He was literally like, "I'm not going to come to you." Was the whole speech where it's like, you know where I'm at. You know what times I'm in this room when study hall and all that.
Yeah, no. What a freak.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. He was so weirdly asexual that I never really did actually think there was anything hinky going on. I was just
No, I'm not even. It's to be like, I'm not going to do my job unless you come make me. You probably want a different job, don't you?
Oh no, he does his job. He's just saying like, if you guys are just gonna sit here and ignore me for the 40 minutes, it's my job to teach you. I don't care, because at the end of the day, if it ends up blowing you in the face, guess what I still get to do? Talk to kids for 40 minutes at a time and get paid too much for it. And like that's
God.
like what he would do. Because at the end of the day,
And that's a school you paid to go to.
nope,
Private.
well, not me technically, but
I thought that was private school.
my dad works there. So.
Oh, okay. But it's a private school still, so people pay.
Oh yeah, and that's another
Swansea,
thing he said.
motherfucker.
Like, you got your parents, and he's like most of, and he would go, and that's the thing that's
Your
fucked up.
bourgeoisie, 'cause
Did you ever
own
have?
GameStop, stop, you piece of shit.
No, I don't. I own Nokia stock, and I lost $7.
And he's never gonna let that go.
Because the free market.
Did you guys like ever see like the teacher that like, because this, like you said, it's a private school, they pay a lot of money for the kids to go there. So many teachers would be like, hey, so you know when your parents are literally dying to barely be able to afford you to be here, and you have a D+. Good job, champ. That was the energy
God,
at
they
every
jumped
private
on
school.
that kid.
That is so fucked up, though.
No, that's
No,
a
it's
good
not.
teacher.
It's not.
That's
No.
a good teacher.
No, that kid needs to wake the hell up.
It
because,
depends
yeah,
on the kid.
that is
no,
a good
no,
teacher.
It's your fault that the economy fucked your parents in the ass, and
No, 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 no,
now
no.
you
No,
don't get to be a kid about
No,
it.
no, fuck that. No. This is your parents made huge lengths to be able to make sure you could be your best self,
have a
and you're
good
throwing it the
education.
fuck away because you're an idiot kid. That's like literally what it
Fine,
is.
no, fine. Hey, parents, sometimes your kids are idiots, and it's your fault for making them. So
I'm on the teacher's side. That is an absolute slam dunk on that kid.
that is a slam dunk strategy on that
Because
kid.
when I was
but
14, if I ever got a bad grade, I knew it was because I fucked something up. If the kid had a legitimate, like, not, what's the one where words are
Grievance?
backwards?
Dyslexic.
Dyslexia. If the kid had dyslexia or
Oh,
something,
that is on the
totally different.
dyslexia.
I have sex daily.
Jesus.
With my wife.
Oh man. Let's
There's a
not
lot
talk
of-
about Borat ever.
We brought it back on this podcast. Sorry.
It's a big thing on this podcast.
Oh, it's okay. I'll
Very
let you guys
large
go.
boy.
That's fine. Just don't like.
Okay.
Like that whole movie just make, and those two movies just make me so mad.
I got the U.S. and I. Is
Yeah,
my
you-
response to that.
Yeah, like you hear like, that whole
Yep,
movie was
good.
just basically like, oh yeah, like you can't quote this really. I mean, you can quote it, but like as a white guy, I was like, nah, if I say any of those quotes and the Met person happened to have not seen Borat, I look
Yeah. So
absolutely
is
horrible.
what? So is Blazing Saddles a bad movie?
It was made in the '70s, so no. And that's
You still can't quote it. I mean, I
no
do.
one does, but you know what everyone fucking quotes? Borat, white people just doing a broken English everywhere. For me, like when it came out, I was always like, ah.
There's a good amount of white people out there that do not realize that Borat is satirical. They just think it's funny.
That's another huge problematic factor about it. It's kind of
There
like
are some hardcore Republicans who are like, man, I love Borat. And I'm like,
Like it's about you.
at least we can say that Sacha Baron Cohen is being satirical. When it comes to like Wizzo, like Johnny Wizzo, people are mocking a mentally
Who
challenged
now?
person.
oh, yeah, The Room.
The Room, like the Johnny Wizzo.
They're mocking.
The Room.
Oh,
they're like
it's not
mock-
Wiseau.
Why Wizzo? I
Whatever.
don't care.
I don't know. Wizzo just did not connect that it was either.
Yeah, I meant to say Johnny.
I
Wizzo.
thought
Johnny
I was,
Rizzo.
Made me think of Lizzo.
Yeah, now I'm thinking about her. Damn it. No, but like, no, like that. Like when people like talk
We'll
about
be
those movies
standing
about,
for a
isn't
while."
it so bad and horrible? Look at him. He actually thinks he's doing a good job. And I was like, yeah, you're like mocking a person
Is
that
he,
is,
or is he just weird?
He's got something mentally going on, man.
and everyone,
but-
yeah.
So do a lot of people, and it's not all of us mentally
Yeah, at
challenged.
what point, yeah.
But
whatever
And
it is,
also,
they're making fun of
by
that.
the way, Tommy Wiseau's fine.
Oh, yeah, he's doing okay.
So it's like,
He's got blood money to fall back on.
where did he get the money?
Nobody knows.
He got the money because people were able to like, dude, I really
Oh, no,
like
he's
making
a-
fun of you and poke it and like.
No.
literally saying
He
that,
was
yeah.
a billionaire, and that's what funded the movie. Nobody knows how he became a billionaire, though.
I don't know if he was
I
a
think,
billionaire.
I think the mystery is he wasn't ever, and like the funds came from a bunch of other stuff, and he told everyone collectively. First of all, why we want like right there, and no one knows how. I think I do, guys. It's called Occam's fucking razor. He never did have it. He just used a bunch of different shit to pay for it.
But then where did he get the money to pay
No,
for it?
like-
He didn't have that much. He probably went into debt with people that were uninvolved with the projects, and then did that way. There's no way he just had $1 billion
There's-
out of nowhere. People want that to be true because
No.
he's weird, but it's not what
Dude,
happened.
like, legitimately.
I mean, I'm sure that's what people believe, is what I'm saying. Like, that's all I can say.
You have read and done no research, and I have read articles about it.
You read articles about a guy who, like, getting $1 billion out of nowhere, and he's literally a person that is barely functioning as a human being.
Nick, but he's functioning. He's fucking weird. I don't know. I have not seen the James Franco movie, but
Apparently it's bad.
Real good.
I'm sure it's good.
I loved it.
Jonathan was deeply disappointed, and he's the only opinion I really like Master on for that specifically, just because
I
he
haven't
likes
seen
The
The
Room,
Room.
and he didn't like that movie.
Oh, I haven't seen The Room.
I refuse to. I refuse
like
to
that
watch
movie.
it.
I just if you can't make fun of Tommy Wiseau, like how much is it like?
can't?
No one says you can't
You
do
can't
that.
make fun of anybody.
Kellen,
I'm
I'm
not
not saying
If
you-
I can't say the N word, what can I say?
No, I'm not saying you
I think
can't
he's
make fun
the
of
line.
him. I'm just saying don't pretend like it's not a little fucked up.
Oh no,
that you
I
are.
don't. I think that Tommy Wiseau is the line. I don't think he's over or under the line. I think he is the line. Is Tommy Wiseau is like the guy that's like, okay, anything less than that, and
I'm just wondering
Doing
what
something wrong.
is the difference between when they're weird and when they're non-functional?
When there's hours upon hours of footage demonstrating one or the other to be the case.
I'm just like me. You could make fun of me, or you could go, "Oh, he's just unable to function as a normal person."
See the sentence
So
you
we're
just
not
said?
going to make
Did you
fun
see
of
the
him.
sentence? Not able to function. Tommy Wiseau doesn't even get that far.
I'm not able to function as a normal person.
You're talking about it. He can't. That's literally the difference. Is like
Is that really? Is it?
if you went up- if you went
you're
up to-
self-aware, if you have the emotional pain of knowing what a
goddamn right.
fucking moron you are, then
Yeah,
you can make
because
fun.
he thinks he's a fucking genius all the time. Like he's the
Yeah,
guy.
his life's better than mine because he doesn't know about how dumb he is.
drop your IQ 20 points. You'll be right there.
Give me that hammer.
I just say, give me a beer or give me a hammer. Both work.
Yeah, but
that's
they
why I
both
was kind of
work.
like, all right, cool.
Correct.
You are correct.
What's that? The reason I drink too much?
Oh no,
to lose
it's
IQ
back.
points.
Nah, it's not permanent. It always comes back.
My alcoholism, it always comes
I
back.
keep flowers for Algernoning myself, but I just want the
Keep
end
getting
part.
smart again.
Can we talk about how like that was such a weird book to get like thrown on your lap at the age it was?
Such a good book.
It's super good, but conceptually,
At the
not something
time.
you want to chew on at 12. You're like,
Reading the journal of a man's slow descent into being retarded again.
yes, no, and like in the middle he gets intelligent only to decline
so
again.
smart too.
Oh my god.
It's
They made us all read
wild
that so
book
we
to
would
read.
get the Always Sunny episode.
which had not been made at the time we'd read it.
Yeah, but they were planning on it. You know, the cabal.
The cabal.
The cabal that runs everything.
Illuminati is a cabal.
It's made of lizard people.
lizard
I
people,
mean
thank
something
you.
other than lizard. No, I don't. I do mean
They're
it.
actually humanoid radishes. I don't know.
No, some dumb
Equally
people
likely.
think they're Jews.
QAnon thinks that. Yeah, I know it's so dumb.
I just love the sentence. Dumb people think they're Jews. Is
Oh,
a sentence that has been.
Oh boy, you could take that out of context.
No. Most Jewish people are normal, but everybody below a certain IQ, for some reason, thinks that they're a Jewish person.
Don't practice the faith.
Right.
I always feel like
Have
every
never been in a temple.
a person,
like
a
Meghan
person who
McCain.
thinks every Jewish person looks like an Orthodox Jew with the braids and everything. Like they all look like
No,
that.
everybody under a certain IQ point does.
Yeah, that's true. Like it's just. Oh god, QAnon! I didn't even really like understand how much of a grip it
Wait a
had.
second. Beginning of Forrest Gump. I'm sorry, your son's Jewish.
Wait, I misread that.
The doctor takes the mask off slowly.
It's let's see. Well, you see, most people their line is right here, but your son,
He's at the Jewish line.
your son, he really thinks he's Jewish, and it just cuts to
The
Forrest
Jewish
Gump, and
line
he's
was the
sitting
name
with
of that train that went to Auschwitz.
So it
Really ineloquent, but I got the job done. I got the point
It
across.
cuts to
thought
to
that was
Forrest
worth way
Gump with his braces on or whatever on his legs, and it's just like but the whole upper top is just like the curls and whatnot.
Wait,
And a
so
yarmulke. So Forrest Gump
he's
is so dumb that
he
thinks he's Jewish.
adopted Judaism himself.
No, he just thinks he's Jewish. He hasn't done any
but he's
of the
adopted it by
rites.
putting the hair.
Just every stereotype is what he started doing now.
No practicing.
He's
stuff,
really
just
into
the visual.
uncut gems.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Big fan of Adam Sandler's. Like all the things that
I have not seen Uncut Gems purely because they describe it as watching a panic attack, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that.
Oh, it's. No,
I'm sure it's great,
just
but it's
good.
like I don't want to watch a movie that's described as you won't be able to calm down the entire time. And I'm like, why is this the pitch?
The ending is V good. VVV.
He all I know is that there's only one line of it, and it's just Adam Sandler going, "I just came" or something.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god, I'm gonna come.
Is that the line?
Yeah.
it's
a
amazing.
great line.
That was the one line where like, we're gonna get you to do this movie, Adam. Okay, but I want one line that
think he
sounds
wrote
like
it.
it's from my other movies.
I think he wrote it.
Adam,
Wait a minute, I'm gonna come.
The Saffron
that was
Brothers
a terror.
wrote it.
That was
Oh.
no, the
I
Saffron
liked it.
Brothers.
Isn't that what?
Softy.
the Efron
Saffron
brothers.
is a spice or an element.
It's a piece
I
of a
think it's a
flower.
spice.
It's the most
It's
valuable.
It's a flower penis that they put in paella.
That's fun. It's actually more power. It's more valuable than gold right now.
Hold on. Can anybody
Saffron?
do that Sandler voice?
Which voice?
What?
You know, the one where he starts doing like the high voice shit, like.
It sounds like baby one, so I mean, you probably.
But
extrapolate
I
from
fell
that.
into baby voice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
When I
probably-
said I was gonna come, and I just want to get
Oh, hey,
someone
wait,
doing it
oh,
as Sandler.
It's so weird because it's
I
like almost like an
cannot.
old man kind of voice, like, "Oh, hey, what's going on?" Like that kind of deal.
that thing, but I don't know. But
Yeah, no, that's
it's
a tough
so hard
one.
to do it.
I need like a
because
good...
it has a bunch of offensive like roadblocks around it. Where if you do it too wrong the one way, you just sound like you're mocking something you shouldn't mock, and you're like,
No, we mock stuff we shouldn't mock all the time.
Yeah.
"You guys do." I want to be president
We
someday.
don't
Just
have
kidding, I
careers.
don't.
Sorry, I want to be offensive.
You should
bros.
spank me for being
You know, the
bad.
last,
Oh, okay.
the
that's
last
a new
two
one.
episodes that tanked did not have baby voice in them.
The last one did have. The last one I watched was Femdom, and it was the last one that had baby voice because I was just listening to it. So,
No, is this a baby voice podcast?
so you moratorium the baby voice is what is your own undoing, really.
I agreed with the moratorium.
I will
feel
just
I feel
not.
bad about doing it. I'm very ashamed.
I'll just not be
I mean,
a comedian then.
Frankly, I'm astounded Cummies hasn't been said in a while. So.
We say it at least once an episode.
Well, there's that one for
People,
this.
people keep asking me. They're like, "Well, if stand-up comedy moves onto Zoom, then what are you gonna do?" I'm like, "Well, I'm not gonna be a comedian." It's like I would rather.
What they mean, like forever? Like, yeah,
Yeah.
outside, inhospitable. Sorry,
It's
can't do
because I don't know how to work a computer.
it. I only got a floppy disk.
Oh, this baby is 80.
I am way too powerful with this voice. I should tone it down.
It's
intoxicating.
it's bad.
It's bad.
Oh, it's bad.
Well, I don't like that I'm the guy who thought of this, but the reason the now canon reason that I don't like baby voice is because it makes me hard.
I can see your boner right now.
Okay, great. I can't do it anymore.
I don't like that I'm the guy who thought of this joke.
Well, I guess I'll have to be a horny old man the rest of the time. Oh, please.
When
All right,
Kellen,
now Tyler, you do baby voice. So let's get something going.
when
here.
Kellen did it for the first time inside Connor's voice, he went, I hope this doesn't awaken something inside me.
Oh, this better not awaken anything in me.
Excuse me, young lady. Can you do some BDSM to me? Just touch me. A bone will break.
Oh, just an old person, just like, I want you to step on my thigh. What's that gonna do? It'll shatter my.
I guess that
femur.
has to be a thing. A doctor at one point had to tell someone who's like maybe in their 40s who's been doing BDSM and bondage, listen, like I don't like to tell people how to live their lives, but if you get choked one more time, you're gonna die. And he was like, that makes it hotter. No, oh fuck, now I feel bad. I told you.
My safe word is Davenport.
My safe word is Rolls Royce. When they talk about the rich, they mean me.
My safe word is the draft.
Oh yeah,
to
yeah.
dodge that.
You like that? You like that? You little worm. The draft. The draft. My hips out.
Rosie the Riveter. I don't know.
Oh, just
I told you can only step on my left ball. The right one'll go.
just an 80-year-old guy who's been into BDSM since he was like 18. Just the level of depravity he's reached.
Like a doctor
He's
does
like,
an X-ray.
Shatter my leg.
I don't know how you're alive.
It's like, that's right, shatter my legs, you giant Puerto Rican man.
Put me in a
Head
wheelchair
raiser
for the
was
rest
a
of my
pussy.
life.
I paid The Rock to bend me over my knee and
And he
break
did
my
it.
spine.
$15.
He wanted to do. The Rock has a fetish for breaking old man's spine.
The cash was
but
a
luckily,
plus.
luckily, there's enough old men with BDSM fetishes.
Wouldn't it suck if your fetish was just killing old man? I can only achieve ejaculation if I
one-
end a long life.
No, just be a doctor.
Come
Be
all
a
over
doctor
the
and fuck up sometimes.
place. Kevorkian come. I don't know.
He's, like, he's 90.
Dr. Kumvorkian.
He's
Kevorkian.
95 and he wants penis elongation surgery, and you're gonna do it.
You have to ethically
Goddamn right I
decide.
am.
I'm about to give this man a wrinkly dick. I'm actually using the skin from his balls since they're
you're-
already so stretchy. I
I
can
was
just-
gonna do it. There you
You're
go.
not gonna. His dick is gonna be smooth like a baby's bottom because his now wrinkly. His old wrinkly dick is stretched the fuck out to the.
Could you imagine one
You
day?
just reminded me of the funniest thing I ever said, probably ever, in the only Let's Play I've ever done.
Oh, no.
Go on.
Your face is smooth like a baby's ass, except I wouldn't want to fuck a baby's ass.
Amazing.
I was being an R&B singer or something, but that
Nice.
was
What game were you playing?
Time Splitters 2.
That makes
Animal
that
Crossing.
tracks. I said it to a
Well,
child.
Animal was in the name.
Ayo.
Nothing. No idea what you're talking about.
It's not a reference. It's just
Oh.
Just bringing it back to sex with barnyard animals because that was our zenith.
That was our last. Our last.
Oh, that is our zenith.
Yeah.
Our current zenith.
Whoa, come here, Sonny. Oh, we put him together.
Okay.
Oh wait, now it's an
so
old
it's an
farmer
old
that likes to
who wants
fuck his.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, I mean, I guess that's well trodden ground.
Margaret, could you help me get these Velcro gloves on? I'm going out to the barn to fuck the sheep.
Yes, I know, Dad. I know, Dad. You could have just said you were going to the barn.
A sheep that's into BDSM and you find any Velcro in their house, you're like, I got your number. I know what you like.
Okay, like sheep into BDSM. I'm pretty sure
Why
this was
would I
covered in the
need a
last one. I've been bad. There you go.
Nice. Oh, we didn't.
I'm sure that was done.
I know. I don't think it was.
Really? Fuck.
It's
right there.
I like the. Here's my idea. Sheep's mom is visiting his older sheep son or her older sheep son in college.
I'm just keeping track.
They have, or after college, have a very nice house. She goes into a room that she's not supposed to. Walls are covered in Velcro. She's like, "Oh my god, I found your sex dungeon,
And I
Richard."
said, why?
and then sheep version of 50 Shades of Grey starts up. That's how it starts.
You know that song.
What?
The song 50 Shades.
Oh, that's what you were doing. Oh my god.
What?
Never mind.
Wait, this is off the,
Off the
rails.
rails.
Which is bad for a podcast. Good for a train to Auschwitz. Bad for a
Oh,
podcast.
because they
Oh,
might
yeah.
survive the crash.
Right?
There's a such thing as
Yeah.
good train crashes.
Yeah, if it's a train to a concentration
What if there's an
camp?
engineer that was like, not with that attitude? Keep an eye on Jim. I don't like that. I don't.
I'm just a train conductor who's in his quarterly review. Just like you keep saying, there's a such thing as good train crashes, and
I'm
you're
sick of it.
concerning us. So okay, well, here
You're really stressing us out. There's such a thing as good stress.
Like, do you?
Not
Yeah.
everything needs a positive spin.
It is really scary how
There's
like
such
there's
a thing as a negative spin.
there's certain individuals that like they have way too much power. Like if one day like they decide to go like just lose it, they could cause a lot of like like in Breaking Bad with air
Elon
traffic
Musk
controls. Like just one bad day with one guy can make two planes bash each other. And like for instance, like what if someone who's like responsible for the safety of a lot of people happenstancely just got left that day by his wife, and the wife left a VHS that when he put it in, it was her getting plowed by a dude, and it was like his brother. And he's
By
like,
Which
Jim.
sucks because he had to go
And
dig up
Jim.
the VHS player.
yeah, which was horrible. It was a long walk for a fucked up video to watch, and then he goes to work.
But
and
you can't like if your life leaves you and just leaves you a VHS, you're gonna go find a
Oh, of
VHS
course you
player.
But then she
Her
also
last
left a
cruel
note,
joke.
and it was a VHS of her
How
getting
long until
gangbanged,
you put
and
that
she
thing-
put a note that said, "All the people that fucked me are on this flight."
Like,
Here's a list of people I fucked. He opens it, it just rolls to the floor, and then at the very bottom it says, "While
and that
married to
flight
you."
was headed to Malaysia,
Ooh.
and then the Lost theme tone starts.
I think I was doing Doctor Who, which I don't know why.
Dude, there's so many.
That's what they're
We're so deep right now. Okay. Oh fuck, we're
Oh,
deep.
we're so deep right now.
deeper.
Oh fuck, you're deep.
Oh, I'm so deep right now.
In the grave.
Go
Oh, dude,
deeper.
I love-
I'm 6 feet under into fetishes.
Femdom plus old man.
Wait, come on.
Is just great.
Wait, hold on. 6 feet under is when you have 6 feet crushing you.
Ooh, nice.
We all know that Larry loved the finer things in life and the weirder things in life. And it's just sad to see that instead of being under 6 feet, he's 6 feet under now.
Honestly, what that would do is, if that was my funeral, I would want that to do really well. I want that to be an opener joke that really
Well,
does well.
I was looking at ever since he died. I know he's 80, but I still looked into his credit card report just to be safe, and I found a bunch of things for Regal Entertainment Group. So I hired them to
Okay,
come
Regal
to
Entertainment Group is movie theaters.
whatever.
I used to work for them.
It looked
fucking-
benign, so
And
I
I
looked
did
up.
not step on a single testicle.
Whatever, a T-shirt entertainment group, because it's always like a fake billing name.
Sure.
So I hired them to cater this funeral.
And that is why there is nothing but naked people in gimp suits throughout this entire. I know you all have been asking, and
Sorry
I knew
that the funeral procession is all women dressed as horses pulling carriages. But
but
what we
this little happy accident, I like to think, is what he would have wanted.
It's what he might not have known that he wanted it, but he did want it.
He's got 6 pony girls pulling his hearse. That is an honor.
We didn't pay him. They did it.
I
out
fed one of them a carrot
solidarity.
earlier. Didn't break character. Fucking wild.
Like, it's the 21 gun salute of
You can
perverts.
feed them a carrot into any hole.
And weirdly, there's biting every time. She's trained her base
She has
to munch.
Kegels. They Kegel a lot.
Kegel bites.
The snack that smiles back.
Kegel bites.
It's
That
like
might be the
pizza
name.
bite.
Kegel bites.
Oh, damn it. Is it? It is. Kegel bites.
Did we think of anything else? I mean, I don't think we should do Auschwitz
Because
tour
it's
guide.
like bagel pipes.
But it's Kegel. Hot pocket.
Do you think Goldfish would sue us if we did the snack that smiles back? Kegel bites.
You said
the-
UH, but it sounded like A. So do you think a goldfish would sue
Yeah.
us?
I pictured
No, I don't think that.
an actual from the bag tiny goldfish went, we got to file something.
That was the goldfish that didn't want to grow up to be a snack. He wanted to grow up to be a lawyer. The little goldfish who could.
Okay, now this is B movie.
Damn it! I just did
Because
B-movie.
because
hate
Barry Seinfeld does sue humans for taking the honey, so the goldfish would be suing humans for their likeness.
You're doing,
and then become a lawyer. At the
You're
end.
now
It's
doing
amazing
the
how
internet
relevant-
argument. Every movie is B movie, right?
Every movie is B movie.
Have you seen that internet
Citizen
argument?
Kane.
Yeah, how is Citizen Kane B movie?
They both fucking suck.
Citizen Kane is really good.
We've discussed this.
Citizen Kane is one of those movies where like it doesn't matter what your opinion of it is now anymore. It doesn't like it's one of those things where like I'm supposed to think it's a good movie, so therefore when I watch it, I'm not going to think it's a good movie. Like that's just how that works now.
Well,
feel.
I always have the reason the trouble I always have with movies like that is I love Holocaust movies, but saying that
Take a
out
moment
loud-
after you say
I know,
that, yeah.
you can't.
Can't you just
they're
say World
good.
War II movies?
That's what dads do. Dad doesn't go.
I
I'm
do.
gonna go study my Holocaust books. And the other no,
No,
he
because
says-
they read books about submarines. My favorite, I love World War II movies too.
There we go. Doesn't that
But
sound so much better? on your-
Also, but my favorite brand of World War II movies,
God.
Holocaust movies.
Well,
I
the Nazi brand.
I don't know. I also don't know how to live with myself knowing that
Hobby Lobby
That
of
sentence
World War
applies
II.
to me exactly perfectly. It's I'm sorry.
I
now
don't get
I
it. I don't. There's good ones, and I'm like, I don't want to.
Citizen Kane, one of my favorite movies.
Isn't it? That's not
I really
Your
Yes,
last
movie?
episode was literally
What are
called
you-
Cougar
not-
in the striped
not Citizen
pajamas.
Kane. I'm so dumb. Not
doing
Citizen
Schindler's
Kane.
List?
Schindler's List. Thank
You
you.
fucking moron.
They're both black and white.
That's the only thing.
It was made less than 30
Citizen
years
Kane's
ago.
black and white because it had to be. They would have made the sled red if they had the technology.
Ooh, Citizen Kane is
A bad movie.
is Schindler's List.
No, it's what the fuck?
Because they would have made the sled red. That's the only.
Oh.
It's the B
Okay.
movie argument applied to a different thing. That's
Okay.
what I was trying to go for.
B movie is Schindler's List
failed.
because the B's are very clearly Jewish in that movie.
Oh yeah, how is okay? Tell me how B movie is.
Is Schindler's List?
Just saying the worst.
Liam
movies.
Neeson
All right,
passed
how
me.
is B movie?
Let's do it. I will make the connection.
What's the Buffalo Bill movie? I forget the name of that
Silence of the
one.
Lambs.
Silence of the
The one
Lambs.
you
How
haven't
is
seen
B
yet.
movie Silence
Have
of
you-
the
have you
Lambs?
Because
seen
it's
it yet?
No, I still haven't
You're
seen
making
that
all
either.
these Buffalo Bill jokes. You still haven't fucking seen Silence of the
Yeah,
Lambs.
it's kind of just canon for being alive right now. So
I guess.
I don't because B fucking a lady is fucked up sex, and so is a guy skinning a lady. So
all right. How is B movie 7?
What's in the hive? What's in the hive?
Jerry said, "What's the deal with my wife's head getting cut off?"
Why is that box leaking? What's inside it? Is it my wife?
What's it? Oh, have you been coming on here just to do Jerry Seinfeld voice? Is that the reason you came
you
on the
like
podcast
gluttony?
today?
I mean, there's other reasons, but that's like
It's a big
no.
one.
I mean, the Jerry Seinfeld voice is my favorite because it just slips into just about anything else.
Oh my god,
all the fucking time,
dude! There's so many
What's
jokes.
Elaine, what are you? There's saw one where it was like if Seinfeld was happening now and the insurrection was happening. Kramer, why'd you go to the Capitol? You could get killed. It's against the law. Did you hit him with a garbage can? What are you doing?
Jerry, they're stealing the election. We gotta go
Yeah.
now.
Elaine's dead. I don't know.
Elaine, yeah.
Her plots are
Elaine!
always like, okay. We only have an 18-minute episode. We'll write something for Elaine.
Do we have? Can we just have an 18-minute?
Can we just have it?
we
No,
can't.
we can do it. Can
She's
we make
gotta
the
be
credits
on
extra
deep.
long?
I like Elaine.
Oh,
I've never seen Seinfeld, so I have no.
I'm not
no
trying to
frame
say like anything negative. I'm just saying the show's structure really kind of paints like if she has her own story, it's literally 4 minutes of an episode that is mostly focusing on everyone else, and you can tell they did that for runtime because that's like a thing that happens.
You know who I
Or
don't
Jerry
like?
Seinfeld has opinions
Jerry
about women.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, he's not a good comedian. Not anymore, but
Yeah.
He was a good comedian.
yeah, and he should have just
I
stopped.
used to
don't-
respect
Let's just
him,
always
however.
refer to him in past tense, like he died, and that'll be keep
Yeah,
it
oh,
easier.
Jerry Seinfeld's dead.
Oh, that's what I did when Louis C.K. did all this stuff. Now I refer to Louis C.K.
in the
Rest
past
in
tense.
peace.
Yeah,
as-
yeah, it's so funny. Yeah.
because he was my favorite comedian, which is a hard thing for me to.
Well, my favorite comedian's in rehab now, so I mean, what are you gonna do?
Who?
Mulaney, he's been in rehab for like 2 months. Yeah.
I don't support him. I think he should be
Rehab
drunk
from
again.
being famous.
Well, dude, think about how much it must suck for all these new projects he was getting because he kind of had a recent-ish meteoric rise and then gets crammed inside his house with all those pressure of those projects.
Oh,
he probably
how do
started
you
drinking.
not drink during a pandemic?
I do.
And that's that's tragic because for a person that's like in recovery like him, like
Yeah.
it was almost unavoidable, which is so crappy.
yeah.
You know?
I honestly keep talking to my therapist, and I'm like, everything just sucks. But this is not my fault. This is, everything's just bad.
Correct.
Me and my therapist both, like last session, no lie, we both showed up to the thing because we had to reschedule it, so we were both like, and he was like, I was like, yeah, sorry, I was still eating my food, and he was like, yeah, I just got off a 3-hour webinar. How you feeling? And I was like, I'm fine. I kind of was so and so about tonight, and he was like, oh, dude, fucking same. Do you want to make this?
I did not want to talk to you.
I did not want to talk to this fucking sad sack. But like, no, he's like, want to do abbreviated 30-minute, and then we just talked about WandaVision, and then we said it was a good time.
Nice. That is good.
But,
Check your phone. Don't fucking do that. You're better than that.
No, I'm not.
For those in therapy, anybody else feel like, God, I'm really wasting these
Checking
minutes.
your
I could be
stocks.
getting better.
My stonks. I'm
Nice.
losing money. I should
I could.
fucking sell Nokia.
Be better.
I hate when I'm
Be
stoned in
better.
therapy because I feel like I'm
Don't
subtly
sell
lying.
Nokia. The government can only be bad against poor people for so much.
Nokia's not going to go up later, but don't be stoned in therapy. What?
I mean,
No, he's stoned in
I
therapy.
mean, I tell him and everything, and
If
he
he's
doesn't care.
stoned all the time, then
I
be
guess
stoned
that's
in
fair.
therapy.
I should get drunk in therapy.
No, well, here's the thing.
It's not
Downers are very bad for therapy because, you know, you'll just be like, I should kill myself. And he goes, you hear why that's not right,
No,
right?
I would not be like that.
I'm
I'd be
very
like, it's
happy.
everybody. I'm like, this fucking person, he's
Oh,
fucked
I'm
up.
Kellen. I get angry and not suicidal when I drink.
Why do you still drink? That will confound me till no ends. That you're like, every time you drink, you're like, maybe I should kill
Maybe I
myself.
should
I'm
walk
like,
into
stop
traffic. And you're
Yeah,
like,
Becky,
Tyler, no.
when I was taking
Don't
antidepressants,
I don't smoke weed because I go
'Cause you're a-
literally
'cause you're a
insane.
loser.
And I,
You're a fucking nerd.
do you know what's
That's
better?
nerd.
I would absolutely. These jokes are far better than me trying to kill myself every time I smoke weed. Well, now I'm just gonna kill myself without smoking weed, which is better.
did it. I did it.
To be fair, really, just drinking just makes those thoughts like that are completely not going to be acted upon just louder, and they think, and my brain thinks they're funnier. My brain just thinks they're going to come up with jokes. So I'm like, man, I should just walk into oncoming traffic. But really, my brain's like, they're going to think that's hilarious, and then people just stare at me, and I'm like, oh, I did a drunk thing. Oh no.
Look, you got to stop taking drugs
Because
that
when
make
you
you
slow
suicidal.
down your speech with alcohol, it doesn't sound like the delivery isn't there anymore. Now
Yeah,
it-
right.
The
It's
slow
just-
down makes it sound sad, even if it's not.
No, yeah, right. But I think luckily the drinking now is like always like by myself. That'll fix it, right?
I don't think you're supposed to, but you know,
Kellen's like,
I'm
I don't want
one to talk.
Yeah, I don't want to be a hypocrite, so I'm not going to say anything here.
I
Tyler.
drink a lot by myself, but
It's fine.
I'm happy when I drink. She doesn't. She's not in the room. I'm
And by the way, if you sometimes you want to be alone and you want to be drunk.
Thank you.
Being drunk makes stuff better. Alone is one of those things, and being with
But
people.
try telling that to anyone without them calling someone. So yeah, it's really annoying.
By the way, you have to stop doing drugs that make you want to commit suicide. For example, back when I was on antidepressants, I wanted to commit suicide, and I think it's
kind
because
of
I wasn't drinking enough because I was on antidepressants. So I quit the antidepressants.
and started drinking.
The reason it's okay that I was stoned in therapy was because when I'm stoned, I'm less restrictive of my thoughts. So
Yeah.
it's just like, you know, I get
That does
actual
help.
thoughts out. And he always knows too. Like I don't light up in front of him like, "What up, doc?" Like I don't do that. But like, you know,
Dude, you should.
Nah.
They're hitting a bong in front of your therapy. I don't know. I'm just pretty anxious.
he'd be like, he would do that meme face, which is like,
I think I'm overeating.
Just all your problems are just caused by marijuana.
that's one of the working theories.
Pretty paranoid about stuff.
Sometimes my chest hurts, really my lungs. No,
Everybody says I smell like weed all the time. Like, what the fuck?
it's so
I've been
funny
coughing
because
a lot, but not because
it's so funny because like there'll be times where like I will hit it and then I'll like burn it through a bowl and then like we'll start the session and like my room is like noticeably
Smoky.
smelly and I'm just like, man, thank God you can't smell through Zoom. He's gonna be like, hey Tyler, welcome to what the fuck
I
is
thought
that?
you were gonna be like, sorry about the smell to a Zoom call.
like I'm stoned, so stoned I out myself. Like sorry about
Have
the
you
smell.
ever
I just
gotten
smell.
too high before therapy? Because that
Yes.
sounds hilarious.
That's how I told him I was high.
What did you do?
Well, this is how it happened. I was kind of like, so I'm just a little anxious today. I think I smoked too much this morning. And he was like, oh, you smoked before therapy? And I was like, yeah, is that bad? And he was like, what do you think? And I was just like, and I said like, well, it helps me like, you know, keep my thoughts much more straight. Cause with like, usually when I'm sober, I'm like so anxious that I'm kind of just like, what are these thoughts? But when I'm stoned, I'm kind of like, I think I'm anxious about this. Wait, that's bullshit. Oh, I feel a lot better now. And I was only able to like achieve that like kind of like clarity because I was calm enough to receive it. It's weird. I'm like,
You gotta start talking to my therapist because she smokes
Is that how
weed
that
and
works?
is covered in tattoos.
I think I'm just gonna date your therapist.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Can I fuck your thing?
Also,
You
she's
can't
a
fuck your
power
therapist.
lifter apparently, which is
Never
bad.
mind.
Wait, what'd you say?
A power lifter. She's a power lifter. She's your type.
Wait, you're joking or are you like, Jesus?
Because I talked to her, I was like, I blew up my back squatting, and she's like,
Pussy.
Ooh. Yeah, she's like, bitch. I was like, I was front squatting. She's like, how much? 150. And she's like, yeah, that'll do it.
I'm just not over you burying the lead super hard with your therapist. You're telling me about your personal growth and shit. I don't care about that. You're
Yeah,
dating.
she's a-
You got She-Hulk as a therapist, bro. I'm
Yeah,
here
she's
for it.
like, she's a deadlifter or something like that.
Yes, that's a term. I mean, what I don't know anything about that about the sport in weird ways.
Yep, that's what I search in Pornhub.
Which is weird because usually
Giant
just
women deadlifting.
what if you just typed in deadlifting and it's just you found the snuff film category and you're like,
Lifting
they
dead-
saw dead and
No,
ran
it's
with it.
after the snuff film.
The trick is making it
Yeah,
hyphenated.
when you're
so-
cleaning up.
Yeah, after
You're lifting the dead.
Hey guys, this is my snuff film. We did a little behind the scenes.
What if it's like, this is my snuff still? He just touches his dick and just blows his brains out. That was a short video. Didn't even get off.
Hey guys, we call this one Reservoir Dogs because
While he's talking to you straightforward, he's just cutting his ear. Oh, I thought this would be a lot easier. They make it look so easy when
Everyone's
stuck in the
Mr.
middle
White
of
in
Hughes
this
playing.
one.
hey, oh by the way, for all your
That's
listeners
cum, not
listeners
race.
out there, don't kill yourself. But you can be famous. There's always a way to be famous, but you just gotta sacrifice some stuff. For example,
Perhaps your life.
My life?
If
Oh,
you
you beat
wanna
me
be-
to it? You beat me by 1 second.
if you really want to be famous, you can do that by jumping off of a bridge. by-
Or if you want to
Killing
kill yourself
other
in a
people.
crazy way so you could be famous as the dude that blew up
Yeah,
that Macy's
exactly.
and himself.
That similarly,
Macy's is empty, but they were
how
so confused.
You can own anything for 20 minutes if you have a gun.
Yeah.
You're not doing shit after that 20 minutes, but you can own anything
How
for 20
bad
minutes.
do you want a Ferrari?
Right.
Is what we're saying.
You can have one. There'll be consequences.
Don't you,
Just like if you work for it, there's consequences.
Yeah, life's about choices.
parents with GTA like literally thought like we were gonna see some like break open
I
a
know,
door.
right?
We were gonna do that right away. Like, oh, it worked in the game. Let me try this shit out. Walks outside. Like that's like
It's not our fault that your kid's stupid, okay?
first of all,
It's like, yeah, if your kid's dumb, he'll do that.
my kids
Don't
are
raise a dumb
these
kid.
video games are making my kid angry, and he's gonna be like. First of all, your kid has asthma, and he weighs 90 pounds at 17. He's not gonna cause any real harm to anyone.
Your kid is glued to a
The
chair.
recoil from the
Okay.
gun would knock him out. I think. What are you talking about?
Ooh, I shot a flare gun, almost broke my nose. It was wild.
It's weirdly kickbacked. I bet. Yeah.
God, what? Like a 9mm.
Because it's streaming
is
something
just-
directly up. So basically,
And it's the size of like 4 shotguns.
it's like a hot dog, right? Like,
Yeah, it's gigantic.
Yeah, it is.
secret hot dog.
Secret
You
hot
meant-
dog.
I meant to say forbidden hot dog, like you know the things you can't eat.
You're right, but secret hot dog's a new thing.
Secret hot dog.
secret
You're just eating a
hot
burger
dog.
and you bite into the burger, and in the middle of the burger is just a hot dog. You're like, Son of a bitch, they got me again.
I was thinking the name of the restaurant is Secret Hot Dog, and if you get the hot dog, you have to pick up the tab of everybody in the restaurant.
It's a sign.
It's a
Interesting
gamble.
Ed DeBevick says.
It's a sign how good of people we are that we thought we heard surprise hot dog and we went to the two things we would, not just like something way more fucked
No,
up.
I went there. But
Every
I would
other
like to do a
time we
prank
went
show
to.
called Secret Hot Dog.
Ooh, I also have a pitch once you're done. Was that the whole pitch?
Well, I thought we were going to work on it together.
Let's workshop. Okay, what's the thing? You like
Well, I had
everyone wakes up. One of them has a hot dog in their ass, but they don't want to let everyone else know. So
Okay.
it's like who has
It's like a celebrity is like eating dinner.
Celebrity
and
secret
then you
hot dog.
think that they telegraph they're gonna bite it, and then like I don't know, Ashton Kutcher or someone else washed up like jumps out and just bashes him on the face with a cold hot dog, and they're like secret hot dog, and it's not a TV show. It's like an insane
It's an
guy
assault.
who has a camera.
It's an assault.
I like
really.
but the commercials for this show are the late night commercials where it's just like all of a sudden you're watching a show and then all of a sudden secret hot dog and then it just goes back to the show.
Or it's like secret hot dog, and it's just a hot dog with like a fucking that's like wearing lingerie and a phone is glued to it. It's
You
like
got it.
we got hot frankfurters in your neighborhood.
Secret
Call 1-800 HOTDOGG.
2
hot
G's
dog.
because it's $2,000 an hour.
What do we do on Secret Hot Dog? It's worth $2,000. Don't you want to find out?
We've never had anybody say it was not worth $2,000. What the
You really want to piss off your enemy? Grab his phone, call a sex hotline, and then just like hide his phone so that he just gets paid for like the hours. Because
Or do the sex hotline. They still get charged.
Yeah, but like that's a
What?
separate thing. It's like a.
When do we do the sex hotline?
Just grab someone else's phone and call the sex line.
Well, the ploy
Then you
is like
get
you
to-
distract him yourself, so that way it takes multiple hours before he even gets to his phone. You gotta you gotta run interference with him trying to find his phone, like leading him to wrong places. Like
Yeah,
maybe it's
'cause-
over there, and it's not.
And every
'Cause
time he thinks he found his phone, it's the hot dog. And then you go, you
It's a
found the
secret
secret
hot
hot dog!
And then Ashton Kutcher comes out and patches this guy.
So it's like Mr. Pee-wee's secret word.
You found the secret
Yes,
hot dog.
yes.
Word of the day.
If we ever write like a series and it goes on,
Secret hot
there
dog.
has to be a hot dog in every episode somewhere.
Oh, like the pineapple in Psych.
Yes. Yeah, like we're not going to tell anybody about
Someone gets someone's getting like a prostate exam, and the doctor's like, "What? There's an obstruction."
it. And then the
Secret
patient's
hot
like,
dog.
secret hot dog!
It's Ashton Kutcher, and then he
You got pranked!
Secret hot dog, and then he pulls the condom that had a hot dog in it out of his ass and slaps the doctor with it.
Why'd you put
Now
a
it's like
condom
a
around?
mace.
Like a sock full of pennies.
I've always wanted. This is right.
We let him talk when he does that. When he wheezes, we let him talk.
Full Metal Jacket, but instead of soap, it's all just hot dogs inside.
Oh, Full Metal Jacket, but instead of his, this is my hot dog. There are many other hot dogs like it.
But this one has mustard.
Nice. Absolute banger.
556 Full Metal Hot Dog.
I just
Full
picture that scene for that
secret
movie, the
hot
director
dog.
going, "Okay, I need you to like anaconda your jaw for that line." Like that's where he learned to do the alien bit that he played in Men in Black multiple years later. He was just like, you know what? Okay, like that's probably what they did. Is like, okay, so what am I supposed to sound like? I'm a bug inside
Remember
a
when
human
you said
body.
Full Metal
Remember
Jacket?
Full Metal Jacket? What line? Your last line.
Last line.
Show me your war face! And he screams, and then they jam a hot dog in his mouth.
Just let me hear your war cry. Ow!
So good.
Oh my god, that movie was one of those movies where like you think it's over and then
Arlie.
you realize, oh, it's 45 minutes in.
Arlie
Holy
Ermy,
shit.
where is your hot dog soldier?
It's Saving Private Ryan, but instead of like organs coming out of the guy's
It's
body,
just
it's just
hot
hot dogs.
What's happening? Lot of hot dogs. Oh my
They're
God.
going through dog tags, but it's hot dogs.
It's like, you know, when you poop and you see corn in it and you're like, I haven't eaten corn in months. He's like, I haven't eaten hot dog in years.
Band of Brothers, they find the camps and it's just cages full of hot dogs. They're like, what happened here? Some of them are cooked.
Best goddamn job of my life. Best job I
Best job I ever had. Eating hot dogs.
I love this. I love being a ranger.
Is your mouth bleeding right now? I think it is.
No.
The jokes are so good, his mouth is
You
bleeding.
got him to look in his mouth. He opens it looking in a mirror and a hot dog pops
Secret
out.
hot dog.
How'd you time that?
Oh, just world-breaking secret
No,
hot
my,
dog.
right here, the dryness in my mouth, it creates a rip and it bleeds when I open my mouth. And I've laughed a lot.
The
so
jokes
it's
are
been,
so good, your
rips.
mouth is bleeding. Amazing.
Bloody mouthingly good. New Starburst.
So many.
Secret hot dog.
Oh, secret hot dog, you unwrap a Starburst and it's just a hot dog.
It just flops out like when you unzip a pant and the dick comes out. Just
It felt like it was square when I was feeling it.
and it was firm too. This feels like
This
mutton.
recently became a hot dog. That's the problem I'm having right now.
What's in the box? A secret hot dog.
Hey.
It's my wife's head, but open her mouth.
Oh, you got me. It's like a Pez dispenser.
Morgan and then when he shoots the guy, it's just instead of his brains being blown out the other side, it's just
When they
a
shoot
hot
Kevin
dog.
Spacey's brains out, it's just like hot dog
dog.
splatter.
Or like,
SpaghettiOs.
or like Kevin
he shoots him
Spacey
with
is
a-
pulling a 14-year-old onto his lap.
He shoots him, and the bullet's a hot dog.
and it's a slow motion shot of
Just
it
like
piercing his
bashing
brain.
Kevin Spacey in the
Oh
face.
no! It just bounces off his head, and he's like, "That was the seventh sin." And then Brad Pitt beats him to death.
With a hot dog.
Wait, no, you're not supposed to. Wait, you're supposed to laugh.
It was a gag. Your wife's alive. Like nobody's actually dead. They're all just in on it. Happy
Even the dildo guy.
retirement.
The knife, the blade dough. What
It was just
You don't have to say
brass
it.
knuckle dildo.
No, it's not.
No, it's no. There's a scene where Lust is fucked to death by a knife dildo.
Knife dildo. Knife tough.
Knife dildo. I feel like there's a better one.
Dild knife.
I don't like this.
Marital knife instead of marital aid.
Oh God, that you know how some jokes
Marital
are funny
blade.
because of how uncomfortable they are.
Marital blade.
That's just got all the discomfort, but I'm not able to laugh at it.
Dude, because the guy basically got like like I feel like, oh god, that's the thing about that scene that's so fucked up.
You're sad about the guy in that?
The guy who got destroyed by a knife dildo. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking
It was a
about
girl. It was a
the
woman.
girl.
It was a woman. I spell like
Because
I
the
thought
line
you were
is
sad about the guy who fucked her to death.
Oh no, I thought it was a guy that got.
I mean, I
raped for
feel a
him.
little bit bad, for
but
him.
not the one who should be spotlighted.
I just assumed it was a guy that got knifed in the butt to death.
No.
Yeah,
It was
because
a girl.
fucking gays do that, is what you think, right?
Hey man,
Well, that's-
I seen it. All right, dude, they talk about it. All
I
right,
have read the gay agenda. It's in there.
it's knife dildos.
Stop going through my things.
Kildo. That was it.
Oh,
it was right
damn
there.
it, that's
Oh,
such
wow,
a good
right
one.
there.
It's right there.
Yeah, no, I would have had it if I was trying not to fucking think about it.
What
That's
someone's
always
insides
the biggest
being
problem.
turned to ribbons by a
Stop!
fuck machine.
Stop!
Well, but he fucked
know
her
those-
and then
you know,
her
sometimes-
internal organs are all hot dogs.
You know that hot dog
your
casserole
mom
they
still
make where
here?
they chop up hot dogs in soup? It's like that.
I hope not.
What time is it?
Well, the unfortunate part is that eventually I'm going to be somebody's going to platform me, and then a lot of my family is going to have to sit through an interview where I'm just like, what's the deal with rape?
I don't think you have to make that move.
we saw you on Carson Daly.
It's a great morning show where the host like has a cop on and they're like, so, what's the deal with rape?
So, rape. Let's talk about it.
How do you feel about black people, and why do you hate them? Just like ruining a cop's
But
day.
it immediately goes with it. It's like, well, I think it's quite simple. Once they gave me the position as cop, I felt this overpowering rage come over me, which they immediately assured was normal.
It's called a modicum of power.
Well,
I didn't wanna
see,
go to
so
college.
often I'll reach for my gun and it'll be a hot dog, and someone will jump out and say "secret hot dog," and it filled me with rage. And then I'm racist, so I take it out.
Oh, sorry, I didn't answer your question. I'm racist.
It seems like you just want to talk about this hot dog thing.
I'm gonna find a way
God
to send
damn it.
you guys a video about
Unfortunately, the
doing a
name-
hot dog bit today because I know I have hot dogs at home and it's gonna be fun. Anyway,
The
go.
name of this episode has to be Secret.
Oh
Hot Dog.
no, I've conceded to that a
No,
while
don't
ago.
no, because they don't know it's about hot dogs, and then they find out secret hot
'cause
dog.
It's a secret hot dog.
So we have to name it Kildo.
What if we named
we
the
had another
episode.
name.
There is no secret hot dog in this episode. That's the full title.
Not hot dog related.
There's a hot dog at the end of this book.
What?
There's a monster at the end of this book,
Oh yeah.
but it's a hot dog.
Hot diggity dog. Just name it that.
I met somebody who is the worst type of person.
Bruce Willis
Or
was a hot dog the
there's
whole
only
time.
one type of person worse than people who don't read books. It's 457.
Superb. Continue.
There's only one type of person worse than people who don't read books, and that type of person is somebody who skips to the last chapter of every book they read, reads the last chapter, and then reads the book so they know what happens.
Those people do exist, and it makes
They're
me so
worse.
mad. Yeah.
I might do that.
You're a bad person.
I haven't done it before because I just read books twice.
Well, with Kellen, it doesn't matter because he's mostly just reading, like,
just read the
history
goddamn
books
book.
about war, and he knows how those ended. So, I mean,
Bad.
I'm
Badly.
pretty sure I know where this Hitler guy is going. I have some guesses.
Well, the thing about
South
that is then when you
America.
get to the end of the book, you're like, I knew the secret hot dog was there. It wasn't a secret.
Was it Argentina they all
because the
went
name
to?
of the book is Secret Hot Dog.
Secret
It's not a giveaway.
What was the one place that all
secret
the Nazis
hot
went to?
dog,
Argentina.
man.
It was Argentina. Okay, so I just want to
South America, I guess.
I know, but Argentina's
Mainly
like the
Argentina,
name.
though.
Yeah, right. Okay, cool. I'm not insane. All right.
Well,
I mean, I shouldn't say that offhandedly. No.
We'll see. What are we at? We're like an hour 23. Pretty good.
I'm okay with.
We got to decide on the name of the episode. 'Cause
What
was
were
the
we talking
original?
about before?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
an original one. Do you remember?
Oh, Kegel something. Kegel bites. There we go. Found
Kegel
it.
bites.
was that it?
It was Kegel bites,
Okay.
like bagel.
My
bites.
only thing is not a
Kegel
lot of
bites.
people know what Kegels are. I've made Kegel jokes before, and
Well,
so-
the demographic we're shooting for is teenagers who are trying to find porn on
We
YouTube.
cannot shoot for a demographic below 18. I'll tell you that.
and also real quick,
that
the
makes
below
secret hot dog
18
illegal.
is exactly the demographic that will not know what Kegels are.
I said teenagers, 18, 19.
Okay.
Yeah, but no one thinks that when you say those words.
I guess that's true. That's
I'm
my
like, what?
bad.
Yeah, I only mean the legal ones.
Why
I
are you
winked
winking?
there for the audio.
Well, I'm
medium.
saying we're getting
There
a
is
lot.
a subreddit called Legal Teens, and it feels very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, like, why'd you put a hat on an already fucked up hat, you know?
Yeah.
Like, teens, but they're legal.
Right?
By whose rules?
It's like, yeah, technically you can fuck a full-grown adult in a baby costume. Don't.
I like the don't. Just this. Don't. Like, you could have said long-winded
Yeah.
reason why not.
There's
No.
something in my diaper. It's a secret hot
Ah,
dog.
nice.
There's something in my diaper. It's an erection.
Can it be a secret hot dog?
Secret hot dog sounds like something like a real weirdo would tell his wife, who's
not
like
paying
equally
you.
weird. Honey, I got my secret hot dog ready. Oh God, hi, Father.
Oh, I've got my secret bun all ready for you.
I'm not paying
Hope
you.
you like ketchup.
I'm not
because
paying
I
you.
come blood mostly.
That's not Okay.
I'm paying you $2,000.
Mostly.
I'm not paying you $2,000
Looks like mayo
for
and
it
ketchup.
to be a secret hot dog.
You know Chipotle Ranch? It looks a lot like that.
Spicy.
Well, one time I went to Chipotle and I ordered a burrito, but instead of that, I got a secret hot dog. These aren't that good, but I'm gonna find a banger one of them.
I went
Bangers
to
and mash, secret hot dog.
I went to McDonald's and they punched me in the face and said secret hot dog. I don't know what it meant, but there was no hot dog and it really wasn't a secret.
And he's telling this to his therapist lying down on a couch. And his therapist checks him back into the insane asylum. I think we peaked with take a bite into a burger, but it's a hot dog.
That was like the first one we said.
I said what I
If
said.
it ain't broke, don't fix it. I know there's one more good secret hot dog that we're looking for.
Secret hot dog!
We're lame.